Happy New Year and welcome to Hit the Bar, the Shrimps fan panel. Joining me tonight, we've got Alan, Jimmy, Mark, and Brian. So, lads, to start off with, the festive period began, and we had Bromley at home. Didn't really get off the ground, did we? Alan, talk to me.
Nothing for Bromley. I'm sorry, we
were crap.
Well, you know where I'm going to start, the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I call him, well, a lot of us do call him out. To stay on his line, he's got sticky shoes on. Yeah. And what does he do in 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Comes for the ball and gets nowhere near it. We're 1-0 down. That was the end of the game.
I played devil's advocate here, about Alan. During the festive period, Harry Burgoyne was actually in the team of the festive period.
They've obviously bought him a new pair of boots. There's no stickiness on the bottom, is there? No, he has. I think.
Shot stopping, you think? I think it's a good shot.
He's good. Yeah. He just didn't come for crosses. Or he didn't come
for that, did he? And it was early when it conceded early, and it kind of set the tone for a pretty dreary afternoon.
Do that sometimes. I do think when we concede first, our lads have a tendency just heads to drop.
I didn't rate them at all, but they were doing on a great winning streak, and they've got out of trouble there. Fair play them, but they didn't look great, and that's what made it disappointing. I thought we lost.
I think all the matches out of those the festive period, that was the one I thought, here we go, we're going to get our first win.
Yeah, first home win. I kind of agree with that.
We're going to run.
Because before the festive period,
nothing happened, did it? Just nothing happened.
Didn't happen.
I can't remember a single incident of us getting forward.
You agree. There was one home game in that festive period that I thought, we were going to win. It was Tranmere, but that was flipped.
Yeah.
That Bromley game was just a little bit.
I don't know what happened, but
a bit sad for me, really.
Right. Moving on.
Move on to Carlisle.
It's a bit sad, but like we say, we get on to better things. Went away, we beat Carlisle. Talk to me.
Carlisle, yeah. I must admit, I thought when we went after the Bromley game, I was thinking, what are we going to do at Carlisle? How's it going to pan out? But as it turned out, it was a great afternoon. It's really brilliant atmosphere from the fans. Pitch was good, allowed us to play. Gwion Edwards was back in, wasn't he? Yeah. Surprised everyone, didn't it?
Very surprised, like
He put a rabbit out the hat, and I think he made the difference. He was the bit of quality that we've been missing a bit.
It was awesome seeing that team sheet and not expecting him to be there. Got those butterflies.
It was crazy, wasn't it? It was just like, where's he come from? Change the entire game.
Give everybody a lift, though, can't it? Including the fans,
everyone a lift. Yeah, I think he balances out the left hand side as well and makes your favourite
Disco Day
look a lot better than he actually is to others. Like, he's the only one that seems to understand Disco Dave's little back flicks, random back heels and all that, and they work together so well.
I had a bit of a different opinion. But I thought Tatonda had a terrible first half.
Yeah.
And most people around me were like, what?
I thought he
played really well. But I thought he didn't really have a good first half. But came out second half and he grew into it for me.
He bossed that side, didn't he, at the back.
Strong together out there.
Yeah. You just get caught out sometimes on the long crossfield ball. He does. And it's like it's in the air. Am I dropping off? And they do get in behind him. A lot of teams obviously target our left hand side.
He does go runabout sometimes, but not as much as Adam Lewis. So you've got to go with him.
Much more solid with Gwion there though, because he tracks.
It is
when you have Slew there.
No, he's mostly up.
But with Disco Dave and Slew both playing at the same time, it is that. Well, go on, you flick it, and I'll see where it's being flicked, and I'll try and follow it, and I'll do something else. Yeah. You just don't know what's happening. Whereas I'm sure Gwion is just saying, Dave, pass it to me feet, and then that's it. Go on overlap, because that's what he wants. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get the ball. I'm going to cut to the right-hand side, then he's cutting in on his right foot, coming in that way. Yeah. And the next couple of games at home, that's what he was doing, And even that game at Carlisle, that's what he was doing, but he got the goal. Yeah, it was a bit lucky, hit the keeper up in the net, but 1-0 and that was it. So they didn't look like much, did they, Carlisle?
Were poor, they have brought in
five this week, is it?
Five players, and
shows
you the difference, doesn't it, with the
finances? We
all
sort of expected that, because we know that their ownership has actually got some money to spend.
It does show the differences, really. In the
I think it's just so important that we kept in touch with that bottom five, bottom six, if you like. If we'd have lost those two matches, we'd have been adrift. And we are in touch, and I've still got plenty of positivity and hope about about what we're going to
Yeah,
do. This
20
second
plus
half of the
games
season.
to go, Mark. It's a lot of football. That.
And we've got players to bring in. We've got a genuine transfer window ahead of us. Derek can work magic.
Well,
okay then.
Come on, Alan.
He's not going to bring 15 players in, is it?
All we
Okay.
need is one Conor Wickham.
Houdini,
Yeah.
that's the kind of magic he's going to have to be doing.
We've let two go who weren't in the team. They weren't getting games, were they? Harrick was early on, and Charlie Brown.
Yeah, I think it was a bit.
You hear the rumours, what's gone on? They had to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Gone to Dagenham and to Aki. But yeah, it's rumoured someone else is going out just to get a wage. And he says there's 4 or 5 signings coming in. He'll know who they are. He'll have them in the line. It's just how much we have to pay for him, innit?
What do you think about him going to a rival relegation team, though? Do you think nothing of that? Not bothered about
Charlie,
it? Nothing of
he
it?
won't get in the first team, will he?
I don't know.
Oh, I beg to differ. I think he might.
No,
I just thought that was a little bit odd that
it's
it's come to a rival relegation
He's
team.
not
but-
match fit, is he? So he's not going to go straight in, and he's going to take a while. I don't mind him taking 5
probably
matches
is.
to get going. And
No.
I think we've known he's been going for a long time.
Yeah.
Haven't we? I reckon they've been watching
I
him
think
since
back in
pre-season.
blooming June, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When I was amazed when he signed on. The first player signed on, wasn't he? I was
Yeah,
amazed when he
he
did
signed
that
on-
because I
signed on
thought he
with
was
Jed.
be one of the ones that would go to Lackey straight away.
I don't think we had any money
He
for
signed
him.
on before. He signed on
Oh,
already.
so yeah,
before
okay,
Jed
yeah,
left.
yeah, right.
He was already
yeah,
signed on.
yeah,
Then Jed left.
yeah.
And Derek came
I
back
see what you
in.
mean. Yeah.
And everyone was a bit like,
Yeah.
I'm still surprised when he signed when he was there. Like,
What do we want though? So you've got 4 players. Where are they going? Where are they going in the side?
what if we bring 4 players
Yeah,
in?
what do we need?
Centre
Striker.
forward,
Yeah,
number
absolutely.
10.
Striker. Midfielder. Another midfielder, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd like someone
Wow.
alongside Tom White there in that little pod pivot area, that's a bit more adventurous than.
I don't think there's a lot wrong with the defence.
No.
I really don't. I
No.
think a midfielder, a playmaker, and
But you might
two strikers for me.
think
you
we
might
need-
want cover at left back. I don't know what's going to happen to Adam Lewis.
I think we need a goalkeeper as well. With Stumo being out, I think we need a backup.
I really like Harry. I just think he
How
must
long's he out
use.
for?
Who?
We don't
I
know.
don't know.
No. It's a muscle next to the muscle that he hurts.
Oh,
him,
right.
Should be
It's
alright.
an injury next to where he had the main injury.
Oh,
Get it
right.
strapped up, it'll be fine.
So
The old sponge
back
in the
onto
bucket.
football.
Carlisle, I just want to
Yes.
mention.
Oh, we're not back on the football then. We've got that Carlisle.
I don't want to go. I don't go to many away matches, but honestly, the fans were
Oh, it was awesome, mate.
top draw
It was awesome.
from beginning to end.
It was brilliant.
It didn't stop. I think the drum made a massive difference
Oh, yeah,
as well.
yeah.
But the fans were just, I don't know, it was just, I'll be drinking sherry before on the way up, a Christmas sherry or something like that, but it was just amazing.
Even our Ben,
Best atmosphere I've been in forever.
even our Ben had a sore throat. He didn't normally sing that much, but even with his mates, and even he had a sore throat next day. So I think everybody was at it. Like,
Well,
I had to watch that one on the telly, but he sounded tremendous.
But onto a bit more solid matters.
Solid.
Oh yeah, went to that one, didn't we? Yeah.
We switched off in the half time. The
Correct.
game was 50-50 in the first half. They had more of the chances, which you would reckon. But we switched off at half time. They made us sub, but we didn't see them
That's
come on.
right.
That's right.
Nobody picked them up from anywhere.
But I don't think the defence saw him come on, did they? No, he just ghosted in, didn't he? But to be honest, I feel that was a little bit of my fault because I was chatting to my mate, saw him come on and went, he looks like a player, proper silver fox. Next minute, ball out wide, cross in, header. Oh no, jinxed
I
it.
tend to do that at home games a lot, saying, I'll take a point here. Next minute, goal it back at net, and you're like,
But look where Salford
Yeah.
have gone to from what they were, and we lost 1-0 again. We weren't batting 4 or
no,
5
we
0.
weren't.
And they were a little bit of the dark arts, weren't they? The keeper went down for like 2 minutes on his arse.
Draw out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that keeper went down for no reason, he went, just fell down, and that was
And he
nonsense.
turned
And
around and gave us all a bit of stick
That-
afterwards. It's like, just
let's be
go
honest,
away.
that lad should have had a second booking and been off for them, like I thought.
Yeah.
He should have been off for
He
that.
should have been.
So
Adam
I
Lewis
don't
as well.
think the referee covered himself in glory in that
He was
game.
very shy with
Yeah.
his cards, wasn't he?
Yeah,
that ref?
yeah,
Adam Lewis coming on was probably a bit too late because it was unbelievable when he came on, the change,
but
Yeah.
the
that's
dynamic of the game.
he
and
puts the
crossing
balls in the
line.
box, but there's been nobody on the end of them, sadly. And Dackers was he couldn't play in that game. I'm not saying he got on the end of them, but he might have made enough difference there, caused enough chaos for us to get something. But I don't know.
But
It was a bit of an unfortunate day with one or two things.
It was a good
But
day
they-
out.
they-
Round wasn't too bad. But
They're like in the playoffs now, and you're looking, you can't see that much difference apart from they got strikers up top end, haven't they? You know?
bit of confidence.
Yeah.
They were down
Got
there.
three lads
they got
up
a
top,
couple of
haven't they?
wins, and then they're there.
If
That's
one of
what we
them's not
need.
scoring, they've got another two that, and then, like you say, matey boy coming, El Silver Fox,
Yeah.
coming off the
Lundy,
bench.
wasn't it? Lundy,
Yeah.
He's been around. But we did it again. They make the first decision in terms of subs.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's like the worrying me with Derek.
Well, do you remember?
That we don't change the game.
Yeah.
We wait and see them change the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
Like,
Derek,
we don't force it and go for it.
I was going to say, do you remember Fleetwood? We made, was it 4 changes at half time? He did actually do that in that game because he was terrible in that first time.
Derek has said with nothing on the bench. When I get some players on the bench, I can change the team.
Yeah.
He picks his team, and it's a case of the rest of you are on the bench. And it is kids of late, and one or two others, and you don't know if they're carrying a knock or whatever. Well, you know, Adam Lewis hasn't played more than about 30 minutes in 3 games. Why?
Yeah.
I think he should have come on earlier though. I think 60 minutes he should have got him on there. But
Yeah, but if he's not fit and he can't do it, and then he goes out for 3 or 4
well, the rumours
games,
were he was off, wasn't it? So
Yeah,
they didn't want to play.
that was
him.
a rumour as well. I think they've been squashed now. But
Yeah.
transitioning on to Tranmere,
Oh.
with a brilliant win.
Yeah.
One last little thing on Salford is I thought that Songo was off it, completely
Awful.
off it
Yeah, that
at
day.
Salford.
Yeah.
man of the
And
match
then-
at Tranmere.
Then he shut me up. He shut me up
Yeah.
at home against Tranmere.
Yeah, it was
He
tremendous.
was
wasn't it?
everywhere.
And obviously, the man who had to commentate on that and fill the
Box.
stadium with glee afterwards. What was your thoughts on the first home win, Mark?
Oh, I was absolutely delighted, as you can imagine. Just one thing, a little pet hate of mine, I don't commentate. Yes,
He announces.
Announce.
yeah, they don't let me commentate anymore. But no, it was just brilliant. I mean, I did actually think the atmosphere was a little bit flat to begin with, and then we built into it for sure. You know, the Tranmere fans came, you know, and again, it's like, you know, when we go away, we're louder than we are when we're at home. You know, they came full of Christmas cheer and or New Year's cheer, and
We came after the Salford game.
they had, you know, they built a really good atmosphere.
Yeah.
I thought, and then we just turned up, didn't we? And we were just
Brilliant.
They had the early chances, though, didn't they?
Yeah.
They had 2 chances.
They
Again,
were all over
down
us
the
to
right hand
start.
side,
Yeah.
cutting in, you know, behind.
They've changed
Disco
their
Day.
system a little bit when we played them at their place, and it caused us problems to start with. But
They had a couple
we
of
did.
chances that
The
didn't
second
do it.
half, we got it right. Tom had got it out there and stopped that Patrick on the other side, and it was fine. I thought.
well, like I said, you had the song go, you know, just roll back the years, just brilliant. You know,
Yeah,
Can he do that? And he's just been tethered, like
I'm
to
not
stay
sure.
back and cover the back.
I
back
think it's
line.
probably a
and then he's
case-
been allowed to go, and that meant that it would change the
I
dynamic.
think it's a case of his
Tom
age,
Whiteside,
and,
isn't he?
and he can't be playing like we say, like.
No, he was
Can't be like that.
He's been
He's
boxed
that
3 or
now.
4 times on the end of foot.
He was
He
boxed
was
to
in
box,
our
yeah,
box,
yeah,
games,
yeah.
really.
But we have been missing. We've been missing that
Yeah.
from the midfielders.
Yeah.
There's just been not enough from the midfield running in that box at all. Apart from Tollett has scored quite a few goals.
That will come with confidence and team bonding. That I know I'm saying it at Christmas, but just after Christmas, but it will come.
I think you're right. I think there's a bit of necessity than what Songo did there. I
Yeah.
think he just thought, I'm going to grab the.
Grab
That's
the
all.
game.
No,
Did he
right.
have to do something
Oh my
because
God.
of the booking of White after 8-9
Maybe.
minutes?
I think so.
White went in, slid in, ref said, you're having one of these. And it was like, then he can't do it, can he?
Then
He can
they,
defend and he can, jostle, he don't go in for a
Yeah.
tackle, he don't do anything.
but then they go and commit loads of worse fouls and don't get any yellow cards until the second half. And I thought again the ref missed a few there. But
2-0, clean sheet, unbeaten in 2025.
We're going to take that.
Good goals as well, though. What a finish from Scotty. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
yeah.
a strike.
Yeah.
Finish, that is.
Really.
Right,
Performance
finish from 35 inches
Yeah.
out, wasn't it?
Yeah. Hey, it was at least a yard.
35 inches,
Great.
come on, Jimmy. Oh, you're centimetres.
Hold on,
aren't you?
Speaking of being unbeaten in 2025, there's a reason why that is. Well, potentially we don't know, and it's because Newport got postponed. What were the thoughts of the panel?
Well, pitch inspection at 12 o'clock I thought was ridiculous. I think they had one at 10. Should have made up their minds then. We don't know whether it was the TV, do we? Maybe the TV pushed for the second inspection there, but I don't know. You said you were Worcestershire or
Yeah, I've travelled down. We got to Worcestershire. We got there. we got there.
Sure.
We got a notification saying there was going to be a pitch inspection.
Yeah.
Pulled over in services, waited half an hour, and lo and behold, game was off. Turned back around, come back home.
Still 160 odd miles you've done in it, and you've got
It
to.
must have,
Shocking.
I'm a bit of an optimist. It must have been very close to being on. Is all I can like.
Maybe.
Not calling
Looking
it
at
off
the
first thing,
pitch,
but
it
he must
didn't
have had
look
a chance.
unplayable.
They said there was areas, one then, I'd been on their website and then looked on their supporters' website, and what they said was, it'll be the area in front of the main stand because the sun will not get on that at all. And therefore, was it? I don't know. Was it just that one area?
So it's ours, though. I mean, there's no sun heat.
That side there's no sun on the main stand side, is there?
Shame.
You see that this time of year that's all kind of muddy now, isn't it? Because it doesn't. Grass don't grow back at all, does it? It's in the shade all the time.
I think probably 10 o'clock we should have called it. Personally,
All the games were called off. Okay, Fleetwood.
But I think it was a lottery setting off. I think I know. Well, in fact, you were going to go with it.
I was going.
I sent you a message.
I think I got out of bed. I'd organised to take someone else with me, and then I looked and went, nah.
You were right. There was a lot of accidents, weren't there?
I looked on Waze.
Yeah, there was loads of
accidents everywhere.
Yeah.
I think they were happier that it was called off than Morecambe FC.
I was going to say, do we think that us not playing in that game is going to help us against Chelsea?
We'd have won 3-0.
Yeah.
You never know.
Nothing. Not going to make any difference.
I don't think.
Well, the point is there's no injuries.
Yeah.
So there could have been an injury that you never know, do you? That's the thing. So we are where we are, and we go into Chelsea, don't we? On Saturday, we probably.
Speaking of Chelsea, what are the thoughts? What was everyone's first impression? I'll go around. What was everyone's first impression when we got Chelsea? Alan?
Hell of a way of saying over.
I was watching it, kids, wife, we all got round the telly, we had booking.com on her phone, and then, so as soon as it came up, it was hotels in Chelsea. I was well excited, we cheered, that was a great show. I wanted a big team. I wanted them at home, to be honest, but I said,
it's money, isn't it? It's money into the club.
It is.
Just sure we could have got a big team like Liverpool, but. You can't have everything. I was a bit jealous of Accrington, if I'm honest with you.
Can you beat Aki?
How many would have been able to take to Anfield?
Yeah, that's the first. Being jealous of Aki.
I know. It's a long way to go. The fact that we're taking 3,000 is just amazing.
Brilliant.
But
that's Morecambe for you.
Not sure about a 5 o'clock set off though.
Mine
is 5:30.
It's 5:30, yeah.
5:30. That's a big difference, isn't it, between 5 and 5?
Ben's going his mates. He said, I might not bother go to sleep.
Is that 5:30?
He's that age on the road. He's got the energy.
On the road.
I'm in the land of not well early doing that.
I think there's always an upset.
There's always an upset.
There is a chance. Slim, but there is.
When you look at the teams that were in that third round draw, there was some horrendous long distance lower league teams in it. Yeah, that were banana skins. Whereas we've got free hit now. We're not expected to do it. We've got free hit, enjoy it. There were some horrendous possibilities for us, and we avoided them all and got a payday. It was great. Yeah. I'd love to have gone to Anfield, a bit nearer and that. But I was. We were a bit cheering our house when it came out.
Any premierships I didn't take, wouldn't you? But
the ground to tick off, isn't it?
I've never been to Stamford Bridge.
Well, the man's missing from round the table who did go last time, isn't it?
So finally, club news. We had a fans forum on the 2nd of Jan. Everyone's thoughts on the fans forum?
I didn't go, but from reading it, it clarified one or two issues that they hadn't done before, and I think most people realise there's some things they can say and some things they can't say. I think that's the problem, really, isn't it?
Oh, there's definitely a legal issue with some things that they definitely can't say. Yeah.
I thought the board did really well. I felt they'd done the preparation really well. They were ready for the questions, even the ad hoc questions as well. Obviously, there were some pre-prepared ones, but there were some ad hoc questions as well being asked. I thought they were very honest. I thought the answers they gave we hadn't heard before, and it puts a different perspective on things. I'd come away feeling pretty positive, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it was very, very positive. The board very transparent and open about all things. Yeah. And I think the atmosphere in the room was very positive. Well, it's as positive as you can be in a situation, but it was overall pretty positive.
I think, others have said that about going into administration, that it's not what the club want. That was quite important.
Administration could be the end of it.
That's an important statement, because I have heard people say, if we go to administration, we do this, that, but it sounds like it's a disaster.
A lot of people think it's some kind of reset. is administration, and it sort of is, but it isn't. You know, and especially
it's a last resort.
Well, we'd
last
be
resort,
relegated.
isn't it?
There'd be people losing their jobs.
Yeah.
You know, that building, just to maintain that building.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of money. You know, if imagine the rates on it, imagine the water rates on it, imagine the electricity. It's not Christie Park where we could lock the gates up on a Saturday night and come back the next week.
As well, we've had a lot more staff intake, so that's a big bill.
We've got to retain league status. We've got to avoid administration, and we need to do all that.
Absolutely,
nothing's changed.
Absolutely, and that's a great point to end on. So, panel, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for joining us tonight on Hit the Bar. See you all next week.